Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, Pairfect, your Friday afternoon lifestyle show, comes your way from the Daily Tribune studio in Makati City. I am Dinah Ventura.
I am Jojo Silvestre,
And
and
welcome
welcome
to
to
Pairfect.
Pairfect. We have a very special guest, as
Of
usual,
course,
but
of
this one
course.
is even more special.
Super,
And he's a
super
dear
special.
friend of
Oh,
mine.
wait.
And we were together in the UP Writing Workshop in 2012. Yeah, he's that old already. No, he's much younger than I am. He is a multi-awarded Filipino playwright who has been elevated to the Palanca Hall of Fame. He is also a theater director and actor, and he was awarded the Gawad Tanglaw ng Lahi in 2015 by the Ateneo de Manila University, and in 2019 he was conferred the Dangal ni Balagtas Award by the Commission on the Filipino Language for his contribution to Philippine literature. And of course, very timely, that's why we asked him to
Be our
join
guest,
us.
yes.
He will always be remembered for co-founding the Virgin Love Fest, which is now in its 18th year run. May I
18.
present to you my very dear friend, Rody Vera, the famous Rody Vera.
famous. Welcome
Kumusta
to
ka?
Pairfect.
Hello, good afternoon.
Oo.
Good afternoon sa inyong
It's an
dalawa.
honor
Good
to meet
afternoon sa
you.
inyong lahat.
Oo. Magkwento ka
Baka
muna
equally on. Anong kwento ko?
tungkol sa
Love
Virgin
Fest.
Love Fest kasi it's ongoing sa
Right.
CCP.
Ang Virgin Love Fest, which has been happening for the past 18 years,
Mm.
ay isang festival ng mga untried, untested mga plays, no? One-act plays, that we show or stage,
Oo.
no? 12 of them at the Tanghalang Ignacio Jimenez ngayon. We used to do it at the Cultural Center of the Philippines. Kanya lang under renovation ngayon ng CCP. So, we transferred to the new CCP Black Box.
Black box.
Doon. So, for 3 weeks, magkakaroon ng five nights a week. 5 afternoon and night a week na mga iba't ibang mga sets of plays na magrerelyebo para ipalabas itong buong festival na ito.
Why did you think of this? Ano ba ang kailangan nung inumpisahan ninyo ito?
Noong 2005, no, incidentally, ang 2005 was also the same year na nagsimula ang Cinemalaya. So which is a festival of new works pero sa film.
Yes.
Hindi kami nag-usap. Nagkataon lang talaga, no? We wanted to do something. We wanted to provide a venue for mga playwrights na maipalabas yung kanilang mga sinusulat kasi since then parang ang mga theater companies hindi naman sila ganun karami. May mga suki na silang playwrights, no?
Tama.
Meron na silang parang kilala, natatakot silang mag-try out, no, ng someone new. Kaya, so we decided to why don't we give this a try, no? We give a chance to young playwrights and playwrights who have never been given a chance sa mga theater companies para magpalabas. We started with 8
How did you
one-act
find
plays.
them?
Nung una, curate. Nag-curate kami kasi I am the head of the writer's block,
Okay.
which is a group of playwrights. So I told the members, huy, magsulat kayo. Tapos noon, binasa namin. Ako at saka si Herbie Go. We are the founders of the Virgin Lapis. He was, at that time, the artistic director of Tanghalang Pilipino. And so, naisip namin. We just came from a 3-year collaboration project sa Japan.
Okay.
And we said, why don't we, do the same thing na inspire kami noon sa Japan. We were doing so many different kinds of new works na some of them are devised, some of them I'm writing and then nilalabas, no? Iba't iba kami, mga Asian directors and writers coming together. So pagdating namin, why don't we do something like that? And since he was the artistic director of Tanghalang Pilipino and I'm the head of the writer's block, nagsama kami.
Oo. Okay. Talagang at that year, I think talagang there was space for new works, for new talent, no?
Correct.
And you harness that. You try to harness that. Also, pareho with the film industry, no?
Right. And it grew. Ngayon, we're now calling for submissions.
Okay.
And every
Oo.
year, we are averaging siguro ang range ng mga nagsasubmit is from 150 to
Wow.
200. Ganun yung
Yeah, it makes me curious tuloy kasi uh, you've won so many Palanca awards.
Mm.
So, I think yun sa category of
Yeah.
ano ba yun?
Ah,
Screenplay?
play, ano?
Play, one act
Play,
play.
one
One
act
act
play.
play.
I'm sure that's not very easy to do. Paano ba
Yeah.
ginagawa yan?
Oo nga.
Paano mo ginagawa naman?
Paano nga? Oo.
How do you write a play?
Oo.
I guess it's the same as writing any kind of dramatic script na tinatawag.
Oo.
Ang hirap namang i-explain kung paano ginagawa. Ako pag lagi kong sinasabi, even when I conduct workshops, the first thing I ask them to do is just to write a scene. Para alam nila, para madaanan nila, no? What does it mean to write a scene? Because
Okay.
that's the basic unit of a play, eh.
Oo.
Diba? Kasi parang kumbaga, pag natutunan nila yon, then they will know the limitations and the possibilities of a scene. Hindi katulad sa film, halimbawa, na pwede kang mag-cut, a scene is something that you see on stage that continuously in the same
Oo
one
nga,
time.
no?
Diba?
Think about
So yun medyo, so pagdating sa paggawa ng dialogue, of course, hindi ka conscious, pero mako-compel kang i-develop with just one particular scene happening with characters coming in, characters going out,
Oo.
parang gano'n.
Ganun pala.
And then you develop a happening, a beginning, middle, end.
But I suppose it's different for each one, no? Yung
Kaya
process.
Yes, of course. Kasi
Oo.
iba, well, theater has been there for like how many thousands of years na, no?
Oo.
Greek
Yeah.
times pa, etc.
Oo.
So, iba-iba rin ang stilong lumabas.
Oo.
So, ngayon, ang ano natin, yung realism, because nakikita natin yan sa film, etc.
Oo.
Pero, ang dami ring mga styles. May expressionism, merong mga absurd, may mga gano'n, no? So, right now, meron kaming isang play sa Virgin Love Fest na when you watch it, parang, nangyayari, mga gano'n, di ba? Pero, suddenly, makakakuha ka ng meaning out of it after finishing it.
Paano? Kasi iba-ibang characters yan, di ba? Pumapasok ka ba sa bawat isang character? Mabuti hindi yung Donya nagmumukhang pulubi somewhere along the way. Paano yun?
Hindi naman.
Paano
Siyempre,
mo
kasi,
nade-delineate
alam mo,
ang-
parang mga journalist, alam mo, may isang sumulat ng playwriting book. Sabi niya, one of the best playwrights
Oo.
would be journalists.
Oh.
Kasi, bakit? They listen to people talking, eh. So, they pick up the tone, the diction,
Yes, how people
the
talk.
vocabulary, no?
Oo.
Lawyers think
Oo.
differently or talk differently from doctors.
Oo.
So, yun yung isa sa mga magandang ma-develop, yung mahilig kang makinig.
You should,
Mag-eavesdrop.
you should conduct a workshop for us.
For
Mahilig
journalists.
tayo na. O, totoo yun.
Oo. And then you learn new words, etc. Parang ganun lang.
Okay. And you've always written something. You've always produced a play every year. Is that how many do you write in a year?
I've
How
written
prolific.
a lot. I've
Oo.
written a lot. Mga about last count.
25?
Hindi,
More.
mga 70.
Ah,
70.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tell
They range from a 10-minute play to a full-blown 3-hour play. Parang ganon.
When did you start writing? Tell us about how you
My
started
first
out.
play was in third year high school.
Oh, wow.
So, ano yung taon ba ako nun? 16 yata.
Oo. So it must have been the original virginal play.
The original.
Oo. Original na, virginal pa.
Hindi ko alam.
Yun, ongoing ngayon ang Virgin Love Fest.
Yes, yes.
Iniisip ko, yung bang playwright may karapatan sa makialam sa production? Like, it shouldn't go that way. I meant it to be this way.
Yes, of course. It's a playwrights festival actually. And this
Ganon.
year, maganda yung ginawa naming pagbabago kasi we announced the official list lineup for this year a year ago. So they had
really?
1 year to develop it further, and with our help, nagzo-zoom nagzo-zoom sessions kami
Oh,
with
really?
each playwright of the 12.
Oo.
And natatrack namin yung development niya, etc. So they have so many different, even the journey of developing it is already a story in itself.
Oo.
Kasi maganda yung mga nagagawa nila eventually. Minsan naman pinarevise namin ng pinarevise. Bumalik ka na nga lang doon sa una.
Nawala
Kasi
yung-
parang nawawala yung gusto mong sabihin, parang gano'n. So, different. And then, second step is, when they do the rehearsal, we encourage them to attend the rehearsals.
Ay.
Kasi, I believe na, at the first day of rehearsal, no one else knows the play more than the playwright himself. Eventually, naipapasa niya yan sa director tsaka sa mga actors. Yun, the whole process, the rehearsal is part of the writing process, which is different from novel writing. Pag nasulat mo na yun, na-publish na yun,
Ayun na.
kung maganda, ikaw pupurihin. Kung pangit, sa'yo lahat.
Sa'yo lahat.
Pero pag play, medyo nagiging, you give it up for the other.
Parang andun yung pudding, di ba? That's the proof.
The
Yung
proof.
pag andun na sa stage.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Pala.
When you started out, was it easy for you? You said you started out in high school writing plays.
Yeah.
Why plays? Ang alam ko
Oo.
mga teenagers, they want to write poetry, di ba?
Diba? Kasi feel.
So, bakit plays? That's
Ay-
unusual.
Well, for me, poetry is something private. So, I don't know. Yung ganun yung kinaanoan ko. I don't know, because nung grade 2, 3 ako, nakapag-audition na ako sa isang production ni Father James Reuter, who does a lot of play productions about saints.
Saan ka
So,
nag-aral?
isa ako, sa San Beda.
Okay.
Oo, so meron siyang production sa College of the Holy Spirit. Nagtawag sila ng nag-audition ako.
Lalaki,
Nakapasok ako, and so I love the whole process.
What was your role?
Ay nako, ako isang Indian thief doon sa play ni Saint Francis of Navarre nung nag-mission
talaga?
siya pupunta sa India. At napatay ako, pero sandali non-speaking role. Pero I loved what's going on backstage. I loved everything. Sabi ko, ay sarap. Then my next is I saw a play when I was in second year high school, written by Reggio de la Cruz, who is an absurdist. Sabi ko, wow, ganito pala ang play, absurd. So that was my first
Where was it?
exposure in
That
the
one?
UP,
Sa
Masco.
At kami po ay nagbabalik muli. Narito po kami ngayon sa Pairfect, and we were talking with the famous Rody Vera. Kinikwento niya kung paano siya nag-umpisa sa theater as a writer. Okay, but he started out as a performer, an actor. So ituloy mo nga after that one, yung sinulat mo.
Yung sinulat ko,
Oo.
I remember at that time when I wrote it, it was kind of censored dun sa school. Kasi they felt, or the administration felt that it has to be viewed by a select audience. So pumili lang sila ng ilang mga
really?
sections. So, konti lang yung nakapanood nun.
How old were
I
you?
lost that. I was 16.
Oh, wow.
What was it about?
It's about a very terrorist teacher. A tyrannical teacher on the
Okay.
street. Tapos sa huli, ang title ay Recess. Ang huli, yung tatlong estudyante na yon, pinatay nila yung teacher nila.
Bata pa siya, seditious na siya.
So, yun. Pero masaya, nakakatawa. Makanta sila ng Bahay Kubo, pero iba na yung ibig
Dark,
sabihin.
that was dark.
Yeah, may darkness na. Kasi yun yung nakuha ko, na-influence ako ni Reggio eh.
Okay.
But then after that, I went to PETA.
Ayun.
And then that's
Social
where I
element.
went into a teen theater workshop. I ended up being the writer's pool of the
What year ka nag-theater? Teen theater?
1976.
Ay, naku, just a year before. I had a summer at PETA
You did?
sa Manila Science High School.
Ako
So-
may sa Lasal. Lasal
Oo.
kami noon. Oh.
So, I wonder if I saw you then. But you know, Palangka Hall of Famer ka, no? Ano ba ang nilalaman para maging Palangka
Winner.
first placer?
Oh.
Ano ba ang laman ng play dapat? Ano ba ang elements of an award-winning play?
Siguro sa amin, may nagsabi na kaibigang playwright noon na ang palangka ang dakilang loto ng mga ng mga writers, ano. Hindi mo wala naman
Chamba-chamba.
ako, natalo din naman ako. No,
Well,
syempre,
10
hindi
out of
alam.
25 is pretty good.
Hindi alam. Hindi
amazing.
alam naman na. Syempre, hindi ko na mai-broadcast. Ay, natalo ako.
Oh.
Okay.
Oo, parang ganun. So, ano rin siya, depende rin. Or minsan naman, nahuli mo na yung magandang ano. I think yung paksa ang pinaka-importante.
Ah, really?
I see.
Oh, lalo na kung very original. But you cannot do that all the time, di ba? So, yun.
Oo.
But it has to be perfect, no?
No.
Ah, ganun?
Yeah, because yun ang medyo specific sa plays.
Oo.
Probably as read, it could work. But then
Oo.
sometimes totally different yung output, yung result pagdating sa stage.
Production.
So merong mga, I mean, I'm not naming titles, but merong mga plays na nanalo sa palangka, pero pag in-stage, they're quite unstageable. They're probably better as literature. Parang
Ganun din
ganon.
pala.
So, yun din naman yung kwan. Well, if it is a literary contest, so
Then it doesn't matter.
it doesn't really matter. Kaya minsan pag pinapalabas sa awards night yung mga plays, parang okay. Mga ganon. Pero minsan na, wow, ang ganda. So it succeeded as literature and it succeeded as drama.
Ah, okay.
So,
Oh, nice. Interesting. Rody, we'll talk more about your palangka wins and losses
and losses.
after a short break. We'll be right back.
Nagtitiis ka na lang ba sa e-wallet at lumang bank apps mo?
Struggle! I can't receive payments na.
I need to go to the bank branch to deposit a check pa.
Singilan na. So hassle to do it one by one. I need to send my bank deeds again and again.
Tiis no more! With UB, hindi ka na mahahassle, hindi ka na magsistruggle, at hindi ka na magte-travel pa to the bank branch to transact. Ayos? Ayos! Download Union Bank online now.
Nasa kamay mo ang swerte, ngunit hindi ito isang laro na para lang sa iyo. Dahil bukod sa pag-asang maging milyonaryo, ang pagtangkilik mo sa loto at ipapang produkto ng PCSO ay nakakalikom ng pondo para sa mga programang pangkalusugan, tulong at serbisyong medikal at kawang-gawa.
Kasal, lahat ng minimiting makakamtan sa PCSO.
Welcome back to Pairfect. We are here with Mr. Rody Vera, a very, very prolific playwright, Jojo.
Yes, oo nga.
And before we took a break, we were asking you about the plays you wrote for Palanca.
Oo.
So, pero total plays that you've written, you mentioned a while ago, mga around 70 na.
75.
Madami, di ba? 75.
75 na ba?
And only 25 of those
70.
you gave to Palanca, di ba? What kind of stories did you
Oo.
think was worth entering the
At the time,
competition?
for me?
Yeah.
Well, ang una kong first prize win was about an aswang. It was commissioned by Hilda Cordero Fernando,
Oh, wow.
who was a very dear friend of mine. Sabi niya gusto niyang gumawa ng fashion show na may play. No? So, that was way back 2000.
What is the title?
Luna, isang romansang aswang.
Ayaan.
Yeah, si
Okay.
Chinchin Gutierrez ang
Ang ganda nun,
character.
that beautiful
Main
face.
character.
Oh.
So, nung sinulat ko yon, gusto niya lang talaga. Actually, I was an excuse for the fashion show kasi
Oo.
what she did was she gathered all the mga kilala niyang designers, na Steve De Leon, kung sino-sino. Inagsama nila, gusto ko gumawa kayo ng, for every scene, may ibang kayong gagawin creation.
Baro.
So, ang naging template was the play. So, nung sinulat ko yung play, of course, I wrote it as a play, not as a fashion show. Then I submitted it.
Ito pala.
Bago na ipalabas yung
And it won.
play. And then it won. Nagulat ako kasi
Oo.
hindi ko iniisip na mananalo yun kasi it was a bit of like parang tongue-in-cheek eh.
Oo.
Tongue-in-cheek yung buong play. May isang pamilya, puro sila aswang, isa lang ang hindi. Yun yung anak niya, si Chinchin, na in love sa isang lalaki. And then, very, very, pamilya, makikita yung dalawang pamilya, nakaamoy itong pamilya na to. Ay, mga mga mahihirap kasi old rich yung mga aswang. Mga ganon. So, yun yung milieu. And it was very funny and it was very, at the same time, gorgeous in terms of costume.
Visual,
Visual
visually.
delight. Ganun.
Ang galing naman. Creative, no?
So,
You know, one wonders where he gets the humor.
Kaya
I mean,
eh.
syempre, different din.
May
Siguro,
sarili ka.
kung ka na, yung ang
Nakakatawa na
outlook
ako.
mo, humorous ang outlook mo. Pero, were you ever inspired by any playwright? I mean, like, meron ka bang ginayan or...
Inspired ba?
Well, yun,
Oo.
una ko, di mo, si Reggio, di ba?
Oo.
Pero after that, when I came to PETA, I got introduced to Bertolt Brecht. Who was, I guess, the influence of a lot of writers sa PETA.
Okay.
It had a social, of course, it had a social and political purpose. Pero, ang maganda, maano siya sa comedy.
Ganun pala siya.
Actually, ang ideal niya ng Brechtian actor was Charlie Chaplin. So, yung ganon, ibig sabihin, yung sa comedy, napapakita niya yung something that is on the serious side. Because his way of analyzing is just, pag nakita mo to, hindi ka dapat madala sana dun sa emotion lang, kundi makita mo yung context. So, nag-iiba yung pagtingin nung audience. I wanted to achieve that at certain points in my writing. But of course, hindi naman kaya palagi. Pero I think in the course of my development as a playwright, I'm more getting leaning a lot more towards a comedy. Sinasabi
Humor to
humor.
project social and political
Right.
messages.
But it's a humor that is, yung tawag ni James Joyce, the Jojo serious. So, ibig sabihin, maganda yung sinabi ni Brecht eh. Sabi niya na, ang gusto niya mangyari is when the character cries, the audience laughs. When the
ganon.
character laughs, the audience cries.
Talaga?
So yung ganung klaseng contradiction, yun yung gusto
That's
ko
a
laging
song, right?
sanang ma-achieve. Kasi it widens the context of the situation, mga ganon.
Mind opener, mga ganon.
So, mga Filipino playwrights, well, Nick Joaquin has written.
Yeah.
No. So, sino ang mga
Who
paborito
else
mo?
are your
sino
Ay,
favorites?
well, ako kasi yung mga naging mentors ko, of course, no? And that's Rene Villanueva.
Ah,
He was
oo,
my first...
national artist also,
Huh?
no?
Hindi pa.
Ay, hindi pa?
Well, pumanaw na
Oh,
siya.
wow.
But
Oo.
ano siya, purveyor talaga siya ng realism. And
Yeah.
maano siya, siya yung isa sa mga unang mentors ko sa PETA. And then there's Al Santos, who
Al
wrote
Santos.
a lot of musical dramas, katulad ng Encantada, pinalabas ulit, ano, nitong si Agnes Locsin.
Oo,
No? Siya
that
yung
one.
sumulat nun. And he did a lot of collaborations, musicals with Joey Ayala. And yon sa PETA, silang dalawa yung tinitingala ko
Ayun.
noon talaga.
Yung sa mga masters, yung mga panahon nga nila ni Joaquin, Wilfrido Maria Guerrero, sino ang iyong love doon kung meron or ayaw mo sila?
Hindi, kung meron man, I guess, kung sa dalawang yon, mas ano kay Nick Joaquin, no? First name basis. Kay Nick Joaquin, ano? Di lang sa kanyang play, but he's not, I wouldn't consider him as a full-time playwright.
Yeah,
He's
that's
more
right.
of a fictionist.
Fictionist,
Oo. So, yung mga plays niya, in fact, nung una kong binasa yung Portrait of the Artist as Filipino,
Yeah.
nakalagay talaga doon to be read as a novel.
Ayun.
And it's,
ganun
then
ba?
the whole play is so much longer than what we see on stage.
Right.
So what we see on stage is a heavily edited version. Kasi
Ayun
it
pala.
might not work.
That's what you were trying to say
yes.
kanina.
Oo.
Okay.
Kasi yun yung ano. Lalo na nung isinapilipino yun, mas nag-resonate.
Oo.
No? Kaya ngayon, may musical na, may pelikula na, di ba? Larawan, etc.
Yeah. Just curious ako, ha?
Okay.
Sa mga gumanap sa mga iba-ibang roles ng iyong mga plays, sino ang favorite actress mo? At ano ang kanyang ginampanan?
Nako,
Magsabi ka lang ng isa that comes to mind. Ibig sabihin yun ang naaalala mo.
dalawa eh.
Oh, sige.
Si Ski Six La Bastilla.
What about her?
She was the one who essayed the role of Felisa sa play ko na Indigo Child, about a woman who was tortured during the martial law times, and now ang setting ay may anak na siya, and she just underwent convulsive therapy, so electroshock siya kasi she was already having heavy mental health issues. And doon lumabas lahat nung kanyang nakaraang memories, because she underwent electrocution as part of torture. So yung yung revelation niya doon sa anak niya na walang kaalam-alam sa mga pinagdaanan niya, kasi all the time she kept it from her son. Ang mga ganon. So siya, si Ski Six. And then of course si Miles Canapi, who's not here anymore.
What's your
nasa
name?
US na siya. Miles Canapi.
Oh, Kanapi, what about?
I wrote a very short play called The Return of Flor. Pinalabas namin sa Singapore. And it's a monologue of Flor Contemplacion.
Yes.
Pero she was talking as a ghost. And she was commissioned by God to come back to Singapore kasi meron na namang isang babae nakakulong and about to be executed. For almost the same kind of murder. So yun, ang galing nila kasi nag-shift yung kanilang mga...
They really get into the role, no?
Right.
They become the character.
Correct.
What do you find more challenging, writing scripts for screenplays or for the stage?
For screenplays, definitely.
Okay.
Siguro dahil lumaki ako sa plays, tapos noon more or less, yung devices na nagagawa mo sa theater, pagka nagkamali ako the first time I wrote a screenplay, akala ko madaling i-translate or i-transpose sa film. Hindi, because film, especially here in the Philippines, is very, very biased sa realism. So you have to find a way to do that in film. Iba yung language ng film.
Meron ka bang play na naging screenplay?
Wala.
Hindi ganon.
Wala.
Wala pa.
Talagang diretsong screenplay. ginagawa
Screenplay,
mo.
Okay.
Ayun pala.
Alright,
So,
so
Okay.
When-
So we're We're going to play a game after this.
Game.
Meantime, let's have a commercial break.
Nasa kamay mo ang swerte, ngunit hindi ito isang laro na para lang sa'yo. Dahil bukod sa pag-asang maging milyonaryo, ang pagtangkilik mo sa loto at iba pang produkto ng PCSO ay nakakalikom ng pondo para sa mga programang pangkalusugan, tulong at serbisyong medikal at kawang-gawa.
Lahat ng minimiti makakamtan sa PCSO.
With Globe, our steps can lead us to millions of doors opening, millions of paths unfolding, and millions of reasons to keep going. Now's the time to be with the network that gets better every day for you.
Viber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
Iba ng panahon, dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga parties, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
Hi, balik po tayo sa Pairfect and we have a game. Maglalaro po tayo ngayon. Magsasabi kami ng isang play mo. And you tell us ano ang gusto mo ron o ayaw mo o what has stuck to your mind.
Yeah, first thing that comes to mind.
Alam ba nila yung play na yun?
I'm sure.
Okay, let's start. Kung paano ko pinatay si Diana Ross.
Oh my God.
1991, PETA.
Yes. It's a gay play. It's my coming out play, actually.
Ah, really?
Oh.
The year was 91.
A part of that scene came out from my own experience.
Ah, talaga? Bakit? May pinatay ka na?
Hindi, na-exercise ako ng parents ko nun yun. When they found out. So, nilagay ko yun.
They found out. They found
They
it
found
out.
out that I was gay.
Okay.
And then,
Of course, ang mother ko noon kasi was very hardline Christian.
Oo.
Nag-ano yun eh. Yung
Meron
na
pa
praise
ng
the Lord ba yun?
Oo.
Oh, yun. And then they found out, dinala nila ako sa ano, tapos
pina-exercise.
they were praying over me. Okay, hindi exercise. They were praying over me,
Oo.
driving
That
the
must have been
devil
hard
out.
though, for you.
Yeah, it was hard. Yeah, but then after that, I wrote about it.
Okay.
And
Na-purge ka. Whatever
parang,
you had.
ayun na yun.
Oh, ito naman.
Oh,
Ismail
at Isabel.
at Isabel. Ay.
That's the first play I wrote about the Muslim issue, Muslim Mindanao issue.
Ah, really?
Oh, but for children.
Ah, really?
Mm.
Galing.
Nako.
Kasi mga bata ito si Ismail at Isabel, but they were caught in the war. Kasi when I interviewed
That's sad.
our informant, there was a town in Mindanao kung saan Muslims and Christians were living together and they were
Okay.
Peaceful.
oo.
There was peace.
And then when the military came, everything went.
Nasira.
Crazy.
Ang
Ang peace.
peace.
Eto, Luna, isang romansang aswang.
And that was the one I was talking about. No? It's about the Aswang commissioned by Hilda Cordero.
GCF.
The fashion show.
The fashion show. But ano yan, star-studded yan kasi it had C.V. Garucho, Joy Virata,
Oo.
and I forgot. And even Ernest Santiago.
Sana
Siya
may
yung
ganun ulit
unang
tayo.
aswang.
Maybe we can...
Oo.
Yeah, I think you can see it. May video niyan sa YouTube.
Oo.
I see.
Like, I mean, produce something like that again.
Oo.
Diba? Parang combination of different creative
Right.
work.
Yeah.
Fashion.
Ano paano nyo pinili yan?
Hala, from out of the blue.
Talaga
I was
ba?
inspired.
Ay, ganun ba?
O ito, Paalam Sister Soledad. Sister ba yan o soror?
Sister.
Okay.
Sister Solidad. That's what I would call my one of my advocacy plays. Kasi I'm commissioned nga. So there's, for example, yung Philippine Population Commission wanted to have a play, no, about
Overpopulation.
ang tawag dito, reproductive rights.
I
No? So this is a play about reproductive rights, but seen from the eyes of a nun who was working in the community.
Oh, maganda.
Ang galing.
Kakaiba.
I really like the way your mind works. Okay, ito, Lakambini.
Lakambini is actually a film script.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
about the life of Gregoria de Jesus, who is the wife of Andres
oo nga
Bonifacio.
pala.
So it had two components, two episodes in her life, pero naka-weave ng together, yung one as the memory. Nung asawa niya si Andres Bonifacio, hanggang sa namatay si Andres Bonifacio. Ito naman, many years after, asawa na niya si Julio Nakpil.
Julio Nakpil.
So yung ano niya, yung problema niya sa memory niya na hindi niya nahanap at all yung bangkay ng
talaga?
una niyang asawa.
Talaga?
Oh.
Naku, you know, you really have to be knowledgeable of
Well,
Philippines.
Everything.
that
Yes.
particular film, we had to do a lot of research for about 2 years. We conducted interviews sa Nakpil family, sa De Jesus descendants.
Oh, I was thinking sabi ko, how long it should take to create a play like that. Kasi I'm sure a lot of research, a lot of interviews.
Some
diba?
take a short ano lang kasi siguro kung galing sa experience ko, ayun isang ratsyada yun ano. Pero kung kailangan ng research, sometimes takes
History,
such a long
politics.
time. Bago ako makahanap ng okay, pwede na itong maging
Ayun.
Ito na yung ano.
Oh my God. It's a lifetime work, ano?
I know, I can't believe that has it felt like a long time for you doing what you do?
Yeah. It does. I've been doing it for what? Mga more than ano na, no? More than how many na ba? Mga almost 40 plus years na.
Dapat lola ka na. Parang gano'n. Ng mga plays. Pero actually, parang grand ka na kasi you've had your mga mentees who have also done well.
Yeah.
I was wondering, anong pinaggagawa mo outside of theater? Nagbabalay ka ba? Or
I sing.
What? Oh,
karaoke?
Hindi.
professionally on stage?
Hindi, not professionally. Pero I love to sing. Before, nung mga 90s, I was artistic director of a singing group called Patatag. It was an activist
ikaw pala
singing-
yun.
Yeah.
You were part of that.
I was the artistic director of that.
You were.
So, kumakanta kami, nag-record kami. Ay, naku, ayan, no. So, nagre-record kami. Now, I'm doing a personal project of mine. I'm recording songs that I
Wrote?
not wrote, but then I sang during the pandemic. No, iba't iba. It's not about the pandemic, pero yung mga kinanta ko, kasi di ba, uso yung mga online, tapos record mo lang yan. Pero ngayon, i-record namin sa isang studio talaga.
Hintay ka. Hello? Pasample daw.
Ay!
Oh, no.
Ano? Hindi na.
Two lights
na.
lang.
Okay na yun. Bili ka na lang nung album pag natapos.
Negosyante, oh.
Bigyan kitang complete.
Sige.
Wow, so ngayon naman, album.
Oo.
Grabe.
Kanya lang kasi medyo ano na, I have a respiratory condition. So
Ngayon.
kailangan matapos ko yun
Bago
mag-take over.
When are you supposed to come out with that?
I don't know. Wala kaming timeline kasi nga personal lang. Kung kailan
How
lang
many songs are going to be in there?
We plan to do about 10 or 12.
Okay.
So we're on our 7th. Pagkatapos ng Virgin Love Fest, aanin ko yung dalawa. So siguro sana dalawa na lang.
Now, before we wind up, there's a surprise question for you. Are you ready? How's your love life? Kumusta naman ang love life?
Abundant.
You mean marami sila?
Plenty of material for the next play. Okay.
O abundant with one lang? Ano ba?
Nako.
That's
Jojo.
panoorin mo na lang
Panoorin
sa
natin.
next
Abangan
play.
po ninyo ang mga pag-ibig ni Rody Vera.
Confessions of the Flesh.
And the Spirit.
Okay. Pero, I want to ask you a medyo seryosong question
Okay.
naman. Kasi I'm sure a lot of young people want to get into writing plays. Kasi it's really a great form of expression eh, di ba?
Mm.
Anong advice mo sa kanila?
Oo,
You've been
totoo.
doing that since you were 16.
Oo.
Ano yung mga masasabi mo sa
Well,
kanila?
ang pinakaunang awin nila, syempre, is just do it. Sabi nga
Oo, just do
ni
it.
Dr. Flavier, no? Di ba?
Oo.
Just do it and, well, ng 990. So, ibig sabihin, there's no other way but just to write it.
Just start
If you
it.
don't know the mechanics of it, kasi it has a particular format,
Right.
then find out, read
Oh, find
other
out
plays.
more.
Ganun pala itsura. Di ba? And then, after that, kung makakasali kayo sa isang theater company, theater group,
It's important.
it's important. Yeah, definitely. It's very important for you to know what can or cannot happen on stage.
Tama.
Di ba? What is possible and what is not
Tama.
possible.
Oo nga.
Kung gusto nyo maglagay ng barko, paano tayo maglalagay ng
Oo
barko?
nga naman.
You have to do it thinking theatrically.
Bangka na
It's
lang.
not impossible, but,
Ano?
di ba? Pwede. Parang gano'n. So, yun yung ano. And then, after that, you can join our group. It's called the Writer's Block.
Okay.
No, we meet every other Sunday, Zoom. At magbabasa kami ng mga plays.
Baka naman hindi yan inclusive. Nakakahiya.
Hindi.
Baka kailangan.
Kahit hindi ka maging member, pwede ka magpabasa.
Ganon.
Oh.
Or pwede bang
Mag-attend.
mag-observe?
Oh.
How does one become a member of Writer's Block?
Ano ko, napakadali.
Loose.
Magbibigay ka lang ng annual membership of 500,000. Hindi, 500 pesos.
Pesos.
Parang gano'n, di ba? So,
Kayang-kaya
kayang-kaya
naman.
mo yan.
Kalahating
Oo.
milyon.
And then you
Okay.
just attend our
Meetings.
You
every
have
other
to.
week na Zoom meetings where we read
Zoom
plays.
naman pala.
Yeah, Zoom. Dati kasi physical. Pero nung naman kaming office, nag-Zoom na kami, we found out the advantage of it because sometimes we have playwrights wanting their plays to be read coming from Canada. May film
wow.
doon.
Okay.
Gigising siya, alas 4 ng umaga, nakikinig siya. Nabasa namin yung play niya.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe
Ganda.
we should join.
Oo nga.
Right.
Okay.
Can I commission you to do my life?
Kailangan ng ilang years of research ba ang kailangan?
Ang dami ko pang gusto itanong sa'yo,
Oo nga
Rody.
eh.
So maybe hopefully you can come back
He will come back.
and talk about something
I'm
else.
just a stone's
Maybe
throw
the new
away.
Taga dyan lang
play
yan.
being written, Confessions
Yes.
of the Anyway, so is there any message you would like to give our viewers?
Lalo na
Yes.
tungkol sa
Yeah.
Virgin Love Fest.
Oo, please come to the Virgin Love Fest. It's at the Tanghalang Ignacio Jimenez or the CCP Black Box. It's a new theater in front of, across PICC. Nandun kami from June 7 hanggang June 25. Our shows are Wednesdays to Sundays, 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. And then we have side events like the Playwrights Fair and talk sessions and staged readings of plays na ipapalabas sa basement naman ng theater.
And don't forget, meron yatang mga dating from past.
Yes, part of the whole thing, we have 12 new plays, and then we have one set called Set E, which is, we call the revisited set. No, yun yung the best of the previous year. No, so tatlong plays from the previous year ipinapalabas ulit.
PS nga, are you awarding the good plays? Will there be
Awards?
Awards
citations?
night? No, we don't. We
walang
don't do
ganon.
awards. But what we do is yun na nga. Yun na yung parang inaabangan ng
Yun
lahat
na.
when we announce the set for the revisited set for next year.
Yun. Parang as good as
Oo.
the top. Oo.
Top 3. Eh ngayon may hirap kasi it's a very good harvest this year.
Oo daw.
Oo nga.
Oo.
Have you watched?
I've been watching. Paulit-ulit pa nga.
Oo.
So, thank you very much, Rody.
Maraming
for
salamat din sa
coming
inyo.
over. It's been a great interview, and thank you
Yes.
for sharing your story with us as a
Multi-awarded
multi-awarded
playwright.
playwright. We hope you continue to produce such landmark works.
Oh my God.
Diba? Because
Treasure.
people love them, and you're making us all happy and aware of the social issues
That affect.
that affect our country, our national life, because you don't only entertain us, but you also make us think.
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 That's
And that
for me.
makes you our perfect guest.
Yes, yes.
So this has been Pairfect, and thank you once again till next Friday. This is Dinah Ventura.
This is Jojo Silvestre.
Salamat.
Salamat.